Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Wordy Phoenix, and today we're talking about The Speaker by Traci Chee. In The Speaker by Traci Chee, I expected to reunite with some old character faves to get some answers to some biting questions. Instead, the story went uphill, building and building instead of plateauing, as I have found in the past some middle books are prone to do. We catch up with our main character, Sephia, and her fellow main character, Archer, and beautifully, the author allows us a more expansive look at his point of view. In this book, we learn a lot more about the Guard and its facets. We see so much more of the past and what has brought our characters to this point in the story and to this point in their lives. We catch a glimpse of the love and the planning and the betrayal that led to this moment far before the war and the cruelty they now lived out. We get a glimpse of the lines that were laid and tied and tethered long before they could even have imagined. There's more magic, more political complexity, more death, a new mission, and my favorite part, more character and plot development. One cannot help but wonder if the author is not using the title of the second book as a metaphor for the character perspective that we were not so previously privy to. A mind that was previously muted to us now speaks out, both in dialogue and in narration. And it is enthralling and heartbreaking, sweet and morose, like the darkest and lightest part of any human consciousness. The end of my non-spoiler section. I hope that was sufficient. Let's just delve deeper into my personal thoughts on the book in more detail. Just as I love the reader, I continued to love The Speaker by Traci Chee, its sequel. First of all, the narration is vibrant and full of so much feeling. We are introduced to new characters that make their way to the central part as essential parts of it, slowly and steadily. Traci Chee builds this story. It is a slow but scenic ascent. And this isn't something I always like, but I was digging in this tale. Now we learn so much more about our main villain, or villains, the Guard, and its pawn, the apprentices. We find out that they don't just train readers and assassins, no, but politicians, far more dangerous than assassins, if you ask me. And once upon a time, the most powerful power of all, the writer. I love that Traci Chee uses the eradication of literature in this fictional society to illustrate the double-edged sword of literacy. How it can be used by the worst intentioned to seize ultimate power or to topple nations into complete and utter helplessness. Helplessness and slavery. Archer is a complex character who's not just given a fleshed out past, but a fleshed out present. We see a bromance brewing between him and another boy who understands his trauma like no other, Kaito. Kaito understands Archer's torture and trauma in a way that he has yet to even be able to put to words, even though he has regained his ability to speak. Even though he has found his voice again, he still has not found the words to express this deep and soul-wrenching confusion and pain. And it is so bittersweet because their friendship represents the importance of positive and supportive masculine friendship, as well as a danger and allure to lose oneself in pack mentality. I love that Traci Chee is not afraid to kill her characters. Always love that in a book. Rip my heart out if it makes the plot exceptional. We lose so many characters in this installment, many of whom serve as a moral compass for so many of our main characters, and I can't help but wonder what that means for the last book. We see the ugly, possessive side of love and how easily that can turn to hate. The characters are just so well developed. Archer's call to violence, the very thing that makes him feel inhumane, feel inhuman, is heartbreaking. With every nightmare it brings him, but it makes a glaring statement about PTSD, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate that representation so much. I also love how the characters are so very diverse without it being made like a central focus. We've got an old lesbian gunslinger war couple, got a character with one arm, that is absolutely killing the game, and anybody who gets in his way for that matter. We've got a boy who loves cooking in the kitchen. We've got a boy with vertigo, I believe. It's not explicitly said, but from what I know of it, I'm assuming. The only thing that would make my heart absolutely happy is if there was a character with albinism, but there's still one more book to go, so there's still a little hope, right? Maybe. Very few of these characters have a strict moral code. They're not willing to chuck aside for their own personal heart's desire. And I love reading about morally great characters, and this book is full of them. The magic system is well thought out and has a step-by-step learning system, which we learn a lot more about in this installment and has been sufficiently built in the first book. So by now the world is so well established, we know where everything is without explicitly being told, without too much exposition. The writing is almost poetic and makes a grand statement about not putting your entire future explicitly in the hands of any soothsayer, any tell-all claimer, because words, even written ones, can lie for their own selfish reasons, girl. For their own selfish reasons. We must trust words, but we must also trust ourselves. Trust yourself, trust your heart, trust your mind, trust your own ability. Never be so quick to relinquish all control to another just because the decisions are hard. They are hard, but they are your right, and that should never be something that you just easily give away. Also, what about Tannen? Wow, bad girl, wow. A double life? Really? Assassin and private lord? Well, girl, I kind of love her. She's villainous, she's skilled, she's manipulative, she's calculating. Also, she's still very much a little girl that was left behind by the people she loved the most, you know? And then rose to power to show them all the what for. I'm here for it. Also, I haven't talked about the introduction of our new character, the Lonely King. The Lonely King knows he was slowly being poisoned by the person he dared not love the most and accepted it because of his depression. My heart, I feel for him so much. I am rooting for you, Ed and Ark, but also don't turn your back on Tannen because she put a blade in a brother or sister right quick. Also, can I say, why is the librarian not surprised when information is shared with him? I never trust characters who don't seem surprised at really glaring information, like really scary, shocking information. Like, oh, you know, my parents burnt down the library that time, and they're just like, oh my god, okay, the library that I was sworn to protect with my life for the rest of my life? Okay. No, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. Don't trust that. I'm watching you, Erasmus. I'm watching you. Also, can I just say that I listened to this on audiobook, and there's a character with dreadlocks and shells in his hair, and why does he have a Jamaican accent in this fictionally constructed land? Can somebody tell me? Do they have a Jamaica too? Or is it just because he has dreadlocks and we're just assuming that everybody with dreadlocks speaks with a Jamaican accent? Because help a girl out. Shed some light for a girl, please. The last installment of this trilogy is called Storyteller, and my writer heart is ready for it. I'm the Wordy Phoenix. I hope you enjoyed this book talk. If you liked it and you'd like to see more of them, please like and subscribe. And yeah. See you next time. Peace.